Well, guys, that's it for tonight's Not So Random Chat. But I'll see you guys the next time. Until then, peace. Hey guys, welcome to Not So Random Chat, the nighttime live stream where we talk about whatever we want to. So, settle in and grab your libation. It could be your wine or tea or coffee or whatever you want to drink. And let's just sit back and chill. I'll be with you in a moment. Are you guys ready? Okay, well, so am I. So let's get into it. Here I come. Hola! From the west side. Happy Wednesday. Happy Hump Day. Hope everybody is doing good. I know there's a lot going on in these YouTube streets. I know there's a whole bunch of places you could be. And for those of you who come through on the replay, shout out to the replay. Please like, share, and subscribe to my channel if you are not already subscribed to my channel. And let me come on camera. One second. Hey guys. So tonight, I have on a wig. I have on my purple wig. Yes, even my wig is purple. And this isn't one of those like cosplay ones, you know, or the costume ones. Even though I have a hat on, this is actually not completely purple. It's actually an ombre, so it's brown at the top, and then it ombres down into this purple. I love it. I've got and this is, you know, one of the pieces that my character in the movie that I'm going to be in coming up, that we're getting ready to start filming for. Yeah, this is one of the wigs for her. So she's got a long one like this, and then she's got a shorter one that's also purple. But I don't know if I'm going to share that one with you, because probably by Friday, when I come back on, hopefully, fingers crossed, I will have already braided my hair by then. But if I have not braided my hair, you guys will see me again in my purple passion. And this is 100% human hair. You know, I know a lot of people have issues with putting on human hair wigs, but you know, I'm not wearing wigs all the time, and I'm trying to get myself acclimated to this, because the character that I'm going to be playing in this next movie, she's not a natural girl like me. So we're going to be wearing, even though she is a natural girl, she don't wear hair braids. We'll put it like that. So there's been a lot going on in these YouTube streets, and I tried to post something on my community wall today. I tried to post it twice, as a matter of fact. And I guess YouTube didn't like it, so they wouldn't let me post it. So not a problem. I'll just say what I gotta say, and I'll see if I can get this posted a different way tomorrow. I'll try again tomorrow. So basically, there are people in these YouTube streets who are talking about children with autism. I mean, one person went so far as to make fun of the speech of, I believe, a teenager, a child, and called them the R word, because we're not going to say that word on here because it's, it's not what we call people anymore. And said person, I did leave them a nice little note under said video. Now, they probably deleted it, but I wasn't the only one who left them a nice, nasty comment. I told them that this was really low of them to get on here because they got an issue with the parent who is an autism mom, that they got on here and went at her child and then had the freaking audacity to question whether she's a good mother or not, and insinuated that she's on assisted. Let me ask this question. Why does everybody think that if we have a child with autism, that we're getting a Social Security check? Excuse you. Sorry, y'all. That's my adult son with autism. But here's a news flash, okay? Let me just put this news flash out there for you. The majority of us who have children on the spectrum do not qualify. Our children don't qualify for Social Security until they're 18 because we make too much money. You would have to be in freaking poverty and be this color and get Social Security for your child before they turn 18. Trust me, I know. I tried to get my son's Social Security before he turned 18. Couldn't get it. And then when he turned 18, it took forever to get it. Hey, Lifted, I'm sorry. I'm on a rant. I'm on a rant right now. And, for those who, want to know who this person was, this was Jane Doe. This was Jane Doe in one of her lives today. After she's already been rolled off of panels for perpetrating being part of D9 and an Eastern Star. She's still claiming everything. She's just saying that she's not any of those things on this platform. She's, on this platform, she's not a lawyer, she's not a part of D9, and she's not an Eastern Star. Girl's crazy. I am DOD, because this crazy bitch has been on here talking about children on the freaking spectrum because she's too much of a scary ass to go after the mother. What's your problem, girl? You can't have a conversation with Reed, so you're going to go after her son. See, what y'all don't, anybody who knows me on this platform, if you know anything about my channel, go to my channel. Biggest day says autism. Biggest day in my about. It says that I am an autism mom and that I'm an advocate for autism. So yes, every time somebody comes on here and does some shiznick like that, I am pissed off. And this particular person claims that they have ADHD. Well, let me tell you something, chica. If you have ADHD, guess what? That means you, your freaking self, are on the autism spectrum. And you are making fun of someone on the spectrum. What the hell's wrong with you? You need to get off of this platform, Jane Doe. You need to stop talking about people's kids. And you're not the only one on here talking about people's kids. Because this message is to all the rest of you who are around here talking about people's kids. And I'm not talking about you being mad because somebody posted a picture. And it was, you know, that's doxing. That's a whole nother situation. We're not talking about doxing. We're talking about you people getting on here, talking about defenseless children, especially those on the spectrum. And then having an issue or talking about their mother's parenting skills like you actually live in their effing house and know what goes on there. And if you got a problem with the mama, then keep your problem with the mother. Stop going after our kids. Stop going after our kids. So pissed off. I'm even more pissed off because I tried to post a message on my community wall twice today. Twice. And YouTube deleted it. YouTube deleted it off of my community wall. Because I can't find it. It ain't there. They deleted it before anybody saw it. Matter of fact, I haven't been able to put anything on my... Every time I tried to put something on my wall today, it didn't go through. I'm going to try it again tonight after I finish this live and see if it goes through. What are you doing? Why are you... Never mind, y'all. Where is my... Oh, there it is. Yeah, I need the fan. Yeah, you know, this is... Whew. You know, I'm not really a wig person, y'all. And the reason I don't... Like, okay. Women who wear wigs, you know... God bless y'all. You know, but every time I put one on, I get hot and I got a fan. So let me just fan for a minute. But I'm probably hot because I'm hot about, you know, these people on here talking. But like I said, she's not the only one who's been on here talking. I mean, there are people on here who have said some foul stuff about people's children. They've even gone to the extent of saying that the child is disabled because of something that the mother did. You ignorant fucking fools. It's not the truth. I'm so sick of these people. It's not the truth. Autism is not caused by anything that a mother is doing. Matter of fact, you can't even diagnose autism before the age of 2. Before the age of 2. And as I have said on multiple occasions, even though this isn't out there for public consumption, the CDC knows that the MMR vaccination that our children get before the age of 2, for whatever reason, Black and brown males, it causes a higher propensity for autism. And they've known this for the last 15 years. But I digress. And guess what? Most of us, since the mid-80s, our children have been getting this triple thing, because that's when they started doing it. That's when they started doing it. When we were all children, we got all of those shots in 3 doses. And check this out. I remember when I got the last shot, because I think I was like 5 or 6. Do you see what I'm saying? Big difference from what's going on with our kids. But so nonetheless, I'm saying that to say that there is nothing that a parent is doing during the pregnancy that causes their child to have autism. They do not know what all of the causes of autism are. And the majority of children who have autism are not born with it. Something happens after they're here in this world. And I'm sticking by that. So, Jane Doe, and you know who you are. I know you saw my comment. Know you saw my comment, girl. I know you saw the other comments on your page as well. We all thought what you said about Reed's son was effing disgusting. And in my opinion, only a low-ass bitch would do something like that. So, if that's what you're doing, this has now made you a low-ass. Only low-lifes get on here and go after children with disabilities. Only low-lifes do that. Only a low-life will go after the child when you have an issue with the parent. Now, I know you're probably saying, DC, why are you getting so upset? She didn't say nothing about your son. Let me just tell y'all something, okay? If it had been about my adult son, yeah, I wouldn't be able to monetize this live. And where my mouth would be going if someone put their mouth on my kid. Because let's be real. My son with autism, who doesn't really talk that much to you guys, has a genius IQ. He's smarter than most of the people on this effing platform. Yes, he is. And the same is true about the majority of the people with autism. They're extremely intelligent, highly intelligent. So for you, madam, to get on here and to be making fun of a 16-year-old boy because you have a problem with his mother, you a weak-ass bitch for doing that. For real, for real. That's who you are, ma'am. Weak. Is Nightbot timing people out? Sorry about that, Lifted. Nightbot deleted your stuff and timed you out. When you come back, I'll fix it. I'm gonna punch. Nightbot, get out my chat. Her channel. Exactly. Hey, Miss. I know Nightbot is tripping. Hey, Miss Pamela. Nightbot is on some bull tonight. Hi, no, Lifted, it's not you. That was Nightbot. Nightbot is tripping. Nightbot is in my chat tripping. Here. There you go. You're cool now. You'll be okay, Lifted. I know you won't misuse it. So I just protected you from Nightbot. So you guys, this girl is on some bull on here. And she had the audacity to put up a freaking the live stream. The reason I clicked on this live stream where this mess was going on was because she had put Z5B on there. And I'm like, I know this bitch is not still saying she's a Zeta. I know she's not. But she is. Now she's just saying on here she's not. But you putting it in your little thumbnails, girl. It's just disrespectful and embarrassing. And see, you know, she said all this stuff about secret societies and all this blah, 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 blah. I don't want to hear nothing that you got to say. You shouldn't even be on here talking about secret societies, madam. Since you couldn't even be verified in any organization that you have said that you were in. And contrary to what you think, there are certain things that we all can do virtually on this platform to help get ourselves verified by someone who is a member of our organizations without giving up anything that breaks any quote unquote oaths that were taken. But you know, this chick, and she said she didn't care if we were offended. Okay, so you don't care if we were offended, and I don't care that if what I say hurts your feelings. Because in my belief, you're nuts. You have shown yourself to be off your freaking rocker on this platform. And to be a psycho, to be a compulsive liar. You are a compulsive liar. Lies just fall off your tongue like it's nothing. That's the way it seems to me, because nothing that you have said about who you are has come to be true. Everything that you have said that you are has been proven to be a lie, no matter how much you say it. And then you have the audacity to start going after kids and kids on the spectrum. And I've been trying to give you a pass, girl. Once you did the D9 stuff, as a member of D9, I was just like, she just needs to stop. I kept saying you needed to stop. And you just kept on till you just rolled off the cliff. But now you're going after people's children because you have a problem with the parent. Because you think going after the children is going to hurt the parent. No, you saying something about their children just shows that you are a low-life MF. That part. It shows that you are low-life. It makes you look bad. It makes you look like the hateful person. Oh, and Mona, girl, she's not a good look for you. She's not a good look for you. She's not. And one more thing for you, honey. If you're gonna leave, just leave. Don't make any lies telling us that you're leaving. Because people who are leaving YouTube, guess what they do? They just leave. They don't make no fanfare. They don't say goodbye. They're gone. That's generally how it goes. But the fact that you're letting us all know that you're going to be falling back and you're not going to be doing stuff, but by the end of the live, you said, well, I may not be completely off of here. Tells me that you ain't going no damn where. But what you do need to do is keep your mouth off of people's kids, especially children on the spectrum. But you should keep your mouth off of all children. And don't ever call anyone who has autism the R word again. Matter of fact, don't use that word at all. You need to talk about someone who you think is the R word, is called mentally challenged. Because it has nothing to do, you know, that word is offensive. And it just shows your ignorance. It really, really does. I had other stuff I wanted to talk about. But y'all know, whenever somebody starts talking about the babies on the autism spectrum, I have a effing fit. And I support every mother on here who has kids with autism. Don't matter what sector they're in. Don't matter if the mama is on here acting a plum D fool, doing all kinds of stuff on here. What they got to do with their child? And just because they're on here in the middle of the night, or according to y'all, 10 hours a day, how do you know they're not taking care of their kid? You don't know what's going on around them and their children. Are their children still in their home? Okay. If you know, the children are there, you know, with kids on the spectrum, yeah, our kids, especially in the ages that some of the women on here who have kids, all you're going to hear, if you hear their child around, is them hollering and screaming when they're younger, especially if they're nonverbal. And generally, a lot of them below the age of 5, it's up in, you know, that are nonverbal, they're going to be doing that. And so, for the most part, you know, the parents are trying to not have that on the platform because they're trying to give their child privacy from the world. See, there are some parents who have kids on the spectrum that's what their channel's about. But these ladies, that's not what their channels are about. So since their channel is not about raising their child on the spectrum, why y'all trying to see their child all the time? What you need to know about that child? Why are you so concerned about their child? I'm just wondering. Seriously. You know, especially those of you who claim that you have worked with children on the spectrum. I love when people who have worked with people with autism or kids with autism think they know more than parents with kids with autism know. I love that. When y'all think you can tell us about our kids, it just gives me so much joy to know that you think you know more than we know. It's offensive. You're not being helpful by, you know, putting that out there and thinking based on your experience. Because if you really do work with kids with autism, then you know. If you've seen one child with autism, you have seen one child with autism. Every child with autism is different. None of them are the same. They may have some similar symptoms that you see throughout, but every one of them is different, just like every child is different. So what you experience with the children that you have been around does not make you an expert on my child. You know who's an expert on my child? Me. I'm an expert on my child. You know who's an expert on Reed's son? Reed is. Who's an expert on Ra's son? Ra's an expert on her son. And I can just continue to go on. We are the experts on our kids. We don't need none of y'all out there deciding how we should be raising our children with special needs. Because let me tell you something. If there's not a book written on how to raise a child, there really isn't one on how to raise a child with autism. Even though I am writing a book on raising my son, it's only going to tell you about what my experience was raising my son. But it's not going to tell you how every other person who has a child with autism, what their experience was. But the reason I'm writing a book is because I have not seen anybody, or I'll take that back. I've only seen very few people that look like me put out a book about their experience raising a Black man on the autism spectrum. Because very few of us take the time to put that in writing. But I'm doing it. Because hey, Miss Mahogany, because you guys clearly, the ignorance is real. Now, Jane, stay your ass off of here talking about people's kids. You hear me, girl? Stay off of here. Okay? Don't come back on here with none of this stuff about you being in any secret societies. Just don't say it. Don't say it. Don't say it. Because if you haven't noticed, young lady, the majority of us on here who are in these quote unquote societies, we're not spouting it out every 5 minutes that we're a member of whatever. Okay? We talk about it when it's appropriate. Okay? I think like the first time that I even identified myself as being a member of Delta Sigma Theta on this platform was in a conversation in the Black sector when somebody came up there who identified themselves as a Delta. So I then identified that I was a Delta too, because they were in the same geographical area as myself. And yes, I did make sure that they were really a Delta. But moving forward, unless the conversation is about Greek life, why am I going to be talking about Delta? Or talking about that I'm a member of Delta? That don't even make sense. It's just strange. That's why you continuously saying that you were members of these organizations was really strange to all of us who are members of those type of organizations, because people just don't do that. We don't. Like, you know, like most of the people that I know who are Masons, they don't talk about it. They don't talk about it. Oh, speaking of Masons, I'm gonna just, I have to say this, because I know half of the Black sector and B sector are up in arms because of the situation that went down between ZX and Just Kimmy. But in the end, he was verified to be a Mason. Whether y'all like it or not, trust me, I was as surprised as all of you that he verified, but he did. So it is what it is. It is what it is. And Just Kimmy is a member of the Eastern Stars as well as a Sigma Gamma Rho. Most of us didn't have any doubts about that on her, but we did doubt him because of his behavior on this platform. And none of the Masons that I know would have acted in that manner towards women, period, up on here. They wouldn't be doing what he's doing. But that's him. He's a Mason. It is what it is. So with that being said, once that was identified, that they were both part of the Masonic organization, everything that was going on with them on this platform was shut down. And the reason it was shut down is because we don't do that stuff, okay? Even in the Greek organizations, you do not have open fights with people of affiliate organizations in public because there is order. And so what ended up happening is that a Master Mason, who was also a member of Eastern Stars, got involved, and the verification was done. And so I know a lot of people are like, why was Kimmy over in ZX? That's why she was over there, because they both had to apologize to each other. And from that point on, it's now offline. If there's anything going on, it's offline. Really, as it should have been in the first place. As it should have been in the first place. But nobody can erase what happened online. It was awful. And because of it, a lot of us have, some really, have some real issues with ZX, because of we were offended. But in this situation, hey Diva, in this situation, it's not our business. It's not our business no more. It's offline. So I know a lot of people who are not part of any of the Divine Nine or the Masons or Eastern Stars don't even understand. But once he was verified, I already knew what was going to happen. I said, oh well. Once he was verified, I knew that once he was verified and once he realized that she really is his sister, he had to stop all of the stuff. And I believe last night, he still had one of them videos up last night. But by this morning, they were all gone, or they've been all privated, or whatever he did with them. So all of the videos that he had that were disparaging Kimmy, including talking up under her clothes, which is like the most vile thing he could have done, in my opinion, have been taken down. He has publicly apologized to her. And has given his word on his oath as a Mason that it's done. Nothing else that is done as far as YouTube. And that's where it's going to stand. Oh, sorry. Well, that's not going to happen, Diva. Oh, I'm sorry. I don't know. Well, y'all know how it is in my chat. Everybody knows how it is in my chat. I know everybody who comes to my chat may not like each other, but do not disrespect anybody in my chat, especially my Diva Tomboy. Don't disrespect her. She don't drop down very often into my chat. So play nice. If you have something to say it when you leave here. Play nice with her. Don't piss her off. I was talking about new breeds with new mentality. Everyone wants. Well, Jack, it's crazy. Well, you know what? All the crazy stuff that's going on. Now, see, in the situation with Kimmy and ZX, I know that a lot of people are just, up in arms. But here's what I'm gonna say: what was going on with them had gone past YouTube because of the fact of them being in affiliated organizations. Okay, and once that was confirmed, that stuff stopped. Period. That stopped. Period. You know what I'm saying? So I know people are mad. I think more people are mad that he turned out to be a verified Mason. Because I'm sure y'all all just knew this man was not going to come up as really being a Mason. I think that people thought, because of all the other things that he has said that are untrue, that was untrue too. But it is what it is, So hopefully that coming out truly takes that entire situation off this platform. We don't hear nothing else about it, because that should have never happened. Should have never happened. I mean, in my opinion, the way he talks to a lot of women on here is just the reason why I don't particularly care for him. I mean, people like that just make the folk in my age group, he just makes us all look crazy. And I swear I'm not. Okay. By the way, I found out tonight, according to the Faith Factor, according to Faith, because I was on listening to her show, the replay of it. I am at the end of being middle aged. Next year, I'm gonna just be old. I'm gonna just be old. But guess what? I would rather be old and look like this than to be young and look like I'm old. That part. So according to what Faith was saying, if you are under the age of 35, then you're considered young. 35 to 59, 35. Let's see, what did she say? I think she started at 40. She said from 40 to 59 is middle age. I don't know how she came up with that. Okay, yes. Middle age don't start until you're 50, in my opinion. And middle age is from 50 to 70. And when you get to 70, yeah, then you old. You old at 70. Okay? You're old if you're over 70. My daddy is 83 years old. Now, my dad might not consider himself old, but he knows he's old. He's just blessed to still be here. I am blessed to still have my daddy here in his 80s. And the fact that my dad has made it into his 80s gives me great joy, because my goal, if the Lord does not come back and take us out of here, is to be here until I'm 100. Because I feel I need to be here until I'm 100 to make sure that my son becomes who it is who he needs to be. Yeah, by the time I'm 100, he'll be in his 60s. Actually, he'll be older than that, because I'm not that much older than my son. But that's my hope, is that I live to an old age. But moving on to my next subject. As of today, Kim Kardashian West is now back to being Kim Kardashian. Today, her and Ye, Yeezy, he has changed. This man has dropped the con off his name and he's just Ye. Okay. They're divorced as of today. Now, that does not include the property, and you know, visitation, alimony, spot, you know, doesn't include none of that. It's just that today she has been made legally single. But do you know that Kanye tried to put something in there that would keep her from getting married again until after they have, until after their kids, you know, until after they have gotten through everything. He's fired his divorce attorneys, and he is saying that the prenup is invalid. But Kim got her 4 little exotical babies out of this now, didn't she? She got her little exoticals. And don't look at me funny, because y'all know, I'm sorry. Clear women are not the only ones trying to have exotical babies. You got some of these divested black women, that's what they want to, because they swirling all over there so that they can have them some pretty, you know, exotical babies. Yeah. The one time, I told you guys that I went out on 2 dates with someone who was Italian, okay? And I couldn't deal with it. I couldn't, you know, I like black men, but you know, I was being nice. So I went out to coffee and then I went out to dinner with her. But his ex-wife, that's what she had done to him. That was why she had married him. So she could have some pretty babies. Because his ex-wife was Jamaican, okay? And she wasn't Jamaican like that girl, Rachel, who was Miss Universe. No, she didn't look like that girl. She looked like most Jamaican women, okay? You know, she was Jamaican and she was raised in the UK. But, you know, she had very African features. And she was just kind of ordinary looking. Now, he was, like I said, he was Italian. And he was Sicilian Italian. So he was, yeah. He was very nice on the eyes. So, yeah, he gave her two pretty babies. And then she divorced him. No, Rocky does not do it for me. I'm sorry. And you know, and homeboy was from, where was he? He was from the East Coast. He was from the East Coast. He went to college on the East Coast. He grew up in Connecticut. You know, so he's from back east, just like me. You know, but I just couldn't deal with him. And then he stalked me. He stalked me on social media, on Facebook for like a while. I swear, he's probably still in my friends on Facebook. He just hasn't, you know. Anyway, yeah. So that was my one and my only experience, you know, as a full-grown adult, because I went out with this guy from Tel Aviv when I was in college, but he was from Israel, so that doesn't count because he wasn't white American. He was Israeli. He was Israeli, but he did have that blonde hair and blue eyes. You know, but we were just like friends, like my freshman year in college. He was my drinking buddy. I know y'all like, what? Yeah. He introduced me to White Fire, that whiskey. And I found out, yeah, me and whiskey don't like each other. Cause I couldn't take a shot of whiskey without holding my nose to get it down. Now, you know, tequila, I could do that. I just couldn't do the whiskey. But keep in mind, this is when I was 18 and 19. So I was, yeah, when I was younger, I could drink, you know, and I had a high alcohol tolerance, which is why I didn't drink very much, because I felt that because I had a high alcohol tolerance, that I might become an alcoholic if I drank. So that's why y'all always see me just like drinking wine. Yeah, I gave up. You know, I don't really drink strong alcohol. I can't even think of the last time that I had, alcohol, you know, other than wine. Hey, uppity. How are you? I don't know you, Ikami, but don't come in my chat starting no shit, okay? Don't come in my chat starting no stuff with one of my mods, okay? I know Lifted. I didn't know that her, hey Worldwide, I did not know that her and Diva had issues, but I've already said something to both of them to play nice in the chat. So if they play nice in the chat, you play nice in my chat too, because I don't know you. I don't know you. Okay? And I'm not, and although I'm on the West Coast, I'm from the East Coast. I don't play that. Don't come up in here messing with people. This is the chill chat for a reason. There are multiple people that come through my chat that don't like each other. But check this out. Everybody has a mod stick in those situations, so nobody can zap anybody out of the effing chat. Because nobody should be in here fighting. So don't come in here instigating. Back to what I was talking about. I ain't doing that. So I was so now Kanye is single and he's got his Kim Kardashian lookalike girlfriend. I don't think Kanye wanted to be single, but Kanye, dude, you were living in Iowa. You were living over there, away from everybody. You had decided you didn't want, and you know that she wants all this attention. She didn't want it. You had basically abandoned your wife. Y'all weren't even living in the same place. So she just decided that she didn't want to do it no more. Because you were not being a husband. I understand, but if as you can see, Lifted and Diva are both in my chat. I like both of them. They're not coming in my chat and messing with each other. I'm not having that. We ain't having all that. For real, for real. So, since they're in here chilling, you chill, Ikami. Okay? I accept your apology. Yeah, we don't do none of that. As you know, this is just me up here. You see? Just me. I don't have no panel. I keep y'all's attention. You know, I'm not doing no panels because I'm not gonna have nobody up here acting an effing fool in the middle of the night. I know other people do that, you know, so that they can keep their show going, so they can keep popping with all the drama. But see, if you do the drama, then you have to continue to do the drama. We don't do drama over here. We namaste. And most people know that this is the chill chat, this is the safe chat, that they can come in this chat and they know that even if they have an issue with someone who comes in this chat, that person is not going to F with them in here, because that's not the way I roll. All right, so I have to go to my other story. So in other divorce news, y'all remember our girl Delicious? Remember her from the Flavor of Love? Yeah, well, now she's getting divorced from her husband. You know, it's really interesting. I have to say this, that in both of these divorce situations, Delicious and Raymond Santana, her husband, and then Kanye and Kim Kardashian, in both of these situations, and this is just my opinion, this was a man trying to turn a hoe into a housewife, and it didn't work in either one. Either place didn't work. Okay? You know, yes, Kim was not broke when she got with Kanye, but let's not forget her claim to fame. That's how she got Keeping Up with the Kardashians. First season of Keeping Up with the Kardashians was talking about her and them damn tapes. Okay? And we've all noticed that Kim has gone back to her natural body. She got rid of, you know, the behind that she said she didn't get, went away. Yeah. So now she's, you know, back to her, more of her little, you know, white girl body. You know, because we all know why she was doing what she was doing, you know. But now that she does not want to attract someone, one of us, you know, one of our men, she's, you know, taking herself back to, you know, what's going to attract the white men. Now, and everybody's saying, well, you know, she's with Pete Davidson now, you know, and, you know, Kanye's crazy. Excuse me. Do we not, let's also remember that Pete Davidson has some mental issues of his own. And, you know, so he's got mental issues of his own, but, you know, maybe Pete, but I think Pete is probably taking his meds, you know. But yeah, he's got some issues going on with his daggone self. For real. So, you know, maybe that's just what she like. She just likes to get with men who got those things going on, because that, you know, could maybe, you know, allow her to be more in control with him, you know, because she wasn't controlling nothing with Kanye. And see, that's, I think, is the problem. She couldn't control Kanye. Kanye is not controlled. And Kanye ain't stupid. You know, she wanted to have her cake and eat it too. She wanted to have access to all of Kanye's money, but she wanted to be with somebody else. And Kanye was like, nah, I mean, he may still want to be with her for God knows why, you know, she was his dream girl for some reason. I don't know. It doesn't make sense. But yeah, Delicious from Flavor of Love. It's also getting divorced. She's saying that her husband cheated, but it's coming out that she might have been doing some cheating of her own. I don't get this, y'all. You know, these people don't take their marriages seriously. And speaking of marriages being taken seriously, it appears, you know, that Lisa Bonet and Jason are trying to work it out. Really, I think it's him trying to work it out with her. Because as we saw, Lisa is not the one who said that they were uncoupling. Jason is the one who said that they were uncoupling. And then I guess he decided he had made a mistake, or he left the house long enough to do whatever it was that he felt he needed to do, you know, at 42. Maybe he was getting that, you know, the itch. He went and scratched his itch and decided, let me go back home now. I don't know. And I also don't know if them getting back together means that they're going to stay together. You know? I don't know. But I know, you know, in that situation, and, you know, and people are like, well, you know, Lisa's in her 50s now, you know, she might, you know, let me explain something to y'all who think that once women are over 50, you know, and we've hit that wall and everything, that we have no market value. Women who look like Lisa Bonet in their 50s, and women who look like me in my 50s, wall or no wall, child or no child, we will still get a man. And we will get men who want to be our husbands. What a concept. Yes. There are some women over a certain age, it doesn't matter that we've hit the wall. Because you see, I don't know, you know, these men that y'all that are on here talking about they're gonna get women in their 20s, in their 50s. That's not the reality or the desire of most men in their 50s. Even men who are quote unquote making six figures. Most men and most Black men are looking for women who are in their own age range. Generally, you know? I mean, think about it. There's a couple out there where the wife is 50, the husband is what, like around 60, and they just had a baby. Yeah, Black couple. And they had tried and tried and tried. And, you know, they finally had one through in vitro. They were able, you know, so they became parents when late parents. But again, to my point, you know, because see, the wall, you know, they automatically say the wall is at 35, you know, around 35. But are y'all saying that's the wall because after 35, pregnancy is considered high risk? Because y'all do know that most women can get pregnant into their 50s, even though we're not doing it. Even though we're not doing it, because I was capable of getting pregnant into my 50s. that was not fun. I was so happy when that little thing went away. I just had to do a little dance. I was literally happy because once I turned 50, my son was an adult. He turned 18 when I turned 50. So I don't know what I would have done if I'd have got pregnant during those, next couple of years, those next 3 years that I still could get pregnant. But God is a merciful God, and he knew. He knew not to do that to me. But like I said, being over a certain age for women, especially for Black women, is not a factor in getting a man. See, like with me, one of the things with me is that after I got my divorce, I decided that I did not want to get married until my son was at least 18. That was my choice. Trust me, there were some marriage proposals up in there. Several. Hey, Maria. So I'm just saying, this quote unquote wall, yeah, Lisa might be on the other side of the wall. Yeah, no, she's not fixing to have another child for Jason. She already had, but she had 2 for him in her 40s. You see what I'm saying? She had 2 for him in her 40s. That's why when they're talking about all this, but once women hit a certain age, they're less desirable to men. What men are these? Who are these men that you guys are talking about? Because Lisa's 54, and she pulled a man who is he's over 10 years her junior, and she pulled him when she was in her 40s. I'm just saying. So, all this stuff about, once you hit a certain age, not being able to get a man, it's just nonsense. The issue I see, this is the issue I see. What I see is that Zers ain't trying to get married. Generation Z, that's the ones who are coming of age right now. Like my son over there, they're not thinking about getting married, and the Y, Generation Y, the Yers, those are the ones in their mid-30s right now. See, their problem is they think that they're still young. They don't realize that they're creeping towards middle age, according to Faith's definition of middle age. Yeah, late 30s. Yeah, you about middle age. But you have some content creators, some women content creators on here in their 30s, in their mid 30s, who are calling all of us Xers and cuss babies, the cuspers, like me, who are on the cusp between boomers and Xers. All of us, yeah, we old. We don't know what we talking about. That's what the wires, that's what the Generation Y. But what they don't understand is that they are old too. They don't understand that you in your mid-30s, girl, they think you old too. You are considered old too. You just don't know it. Somebody thinks you're old too in your mid-30s. Trying to, But you're telling the women who are just above you that they're old and bitter. Now, let me just tell you something. Ain't nothing old and bitter over here. And I'm almost 60. Ain't no old and bitter over here. I don't hate black men. I don't think that every black man is a Pookie or Ray Ray. You understand that? You know, y'all ain't never seen me on here ranting and raving about black men. Even as a DV survivor. Even as, you know, and the DV was with my son's father, my husband at the time. We have not been married for over 20 years. And I'm not bitter. Because I could have got married again doing that 20 years. But again, until he turned 18, I was in no hurry. My biological clock wasn't ticking because I had already decided if I did not have another child by a certain age, it wasn't happening. And my cutoff, ironically, for me, was 45. Once I hit 45, I was like, we good. Don't try to put no babies in me, and we will have no problems. Don't even think about putting a baby in me. So at that point, you know, I wouldn't go out with anybody who was trying to have any kids, you know. And at this age, are you crazy? Why would you want to have a child in your 50s? I mean, that was part of the conversation with anyone that I was dating. You know, it was like, you know, making sure that they weren't trying to, we weren't doing that. Seeking spiritual counseling. Now, I'm gonna give y'all my opinion, because when I got married, we did do the counseling before we got married. We did the premarital counseling because, you know, I got married in the church. And when I say I got married in the church, I don't mean a church. I mean the one that calls themselves the church. Because I've shared with majority of you guys, I told y'all, I grew up in the Catholic Church. So when I got married to my son's father, it was in the Catholic Church. And so we did the premarital counseling. And we actually did premarital counseling with the priest at my church, but we also did premarital counseling with his pastor at his church. And I think that you should go to premarital counseling, but I also think that after getting married, that it is also good for young married couples to get into groups, support groups with older married couples. And the reason I say that is because once you're married, especially if you get married, you know, in your 20s or early 30s, still relatively young, you want to seek the counsel, or you want to be around couples that have hopefully strong marriages, that have been married for at least 10 years. Now, thankfully for me, we were at a church where we were able to be part of what they called a marriage fellowship, so that we were able to have conversations. And some of that stuff would get deep because, people think that things don't happen within Christian marriages, but the divorce rate for Christian marriages is just as high as for those who don't go to church. Because the same problems that people have in marriages when they aren't going to church, they still have those same problems when they are in a marriage, you know, and they're both quote unquote believers. But that's what I think is to be around older married couples. Not, I mean, you don't, not all your time, but you know, to fellowship with them sometimes, because it can help you at what they did, you know, knowing what they did right, and you can also learn from the mistakes that they made. But marriage is about communication. And also, this is just my thing, finances is usually the number one reason why people get divorced. Is the finances. It was a factor in mine. It wasn't the main one. The main one was the DV. That was my main reason. You know. But it was a factor. All right, my son is bugging. He's over here bugging because I ain't trying to get off. So come on. Say hi.
Yeah.
How y'all doing?
How you doing?
See, Jane Doe. People with autism know how to talk, woman. They do not do that stuff. When they're doing that stuff, that's their own little language that they're doing. But don't get it twisted. Teenagers with autism can speak. Now, they may not speak as clearly as you want them to speak, but they can speak. My son can talk. Reed's son can talk. Stay your ass off of here, girl, talking about people on the spectrum. And let me tell you one more time, ADHD is on the autism spectrum. It is a symptom that many people with autism have. It is on the spectrum. It's not considered autism, but it's on the autism spectrum. Just like Asperger's, you know, which they now are trying to just call plain autism, so they can get the funding. Because, you know, if they call it Asperger's, then they may or may not give them their funding. That's what they consider Temple Grandin. You know, the famous person with autism. I've actually met her. She has a PhD in agricultural, and she's considered to have Asperger, even though she had delayed speech. But I'm just rambling now, y'all. Now I'm just rambling. You know, a lot is in my head, y'all. That's very true. That's very true, Jack, because most people, when you first get into relationships with people, they send their representative. Even when you first get married, you're still looking at the representative. Yeah, it takes a minute before, you know, you're not looking at that person's representative. And sometimes their representative is who they really are. But many times, for most of us, that representative is just our best self. It's who we want to be. It's what we want you to see. And it's not who we really are. You know? So, yeah, you do get to know somebody, you know, and different personalities mesh together differently. Like, I'm one of those people. I don't like arguing, but I will argue if you get me to that point. But I prefer to not have arguments in my relationship. I don't like the confrontation of it. I would rather you just let me go over there and cool off before you try to have this conversation with me. You know. But amazingly, generally, my conversations, with my current, we don't have those kind of conversations. He's kind of, he's namaste. So even when I'm not namaste, he's still namaste. You understand what I'm saying? He's still chill. He's just chill. He's that balancer. The one with the ones with the scales. Yeah. He's one of those ones, the balanced ones, not me. Yeah, I'm just kind of, I'm a free spirit, I'm kind of myself, I'm quirky. But yeah. I can get saucy, I can get spicy quick. As y'all saw when I came on here, but it has to be something I'm passionate about. And I was very good because I didn't say too many bad words. It wasn't a cuss fest. So I think I'll be able to monetize this one. Hopefully they won't do it on a limited one. Hopefully they'll let me just monetize it. But I'm gonna get ready to get out of here. Let's see, I will be back on Friday. I'm actually working on several videos right now. I am working on a new daily thoughts for you guys. I am working on a coffee talk, and I am working on a Autism Mom vlog to give you guys someone who is a woman and also Hispanic, because March is Women's History Month and it's Hispanic Heritage Month. So right now I'm working on putting a video together on Celia Cruz. You guys know who Celia Cruz was, and if you don't know who Celia Cruz was, you'll find out this weekend, because that one should be out by the weekend. I'm working on it, y'all. It's just me doing all this editing. I don't have no filmographer to do my stuff for me. I don't have no editing team. I don't have nobody to get in there and put the voiceovers in for me. I don't have nobody to get in there and put that background music and everything. It is me, myself, and I. I do it all. Now, some of these bigger content creators, they have a team that does their stuff for them. We ain't there yet. And it'll be a while before we get there, because I already told you guys I'm in the middle of starting a whole nother channel. But it's going to be a spoken word channel. So I'm going to be uploading spoken word. And it's not the spoken word that I put over here. It's going to be more of the love and relationships. Yeah, it's going to be, I'm going to put that voice to work. I'm going to put this voice to work, my radio voice. I'm going to put it to work, on these spoken words for you guys. I have to make my friend Jessica Holter proud. And Jessica Holter is the founder of the Punani Poets. She's a friend of mine. She's from Oakland. But she lives on the East Coast in ATL now, these days. But yeah, she's the one she's been encouraging me to, do more of my, my other side poetry. I've written some stuff that's over there under a pseudonym, but those poems were much more risque than what I'm going to be putting on that channel. This one is just going to be, sexy and nice and, talking about, love feelings and, the way he touches me and all that kind of stuff. The fire in his eyes. You know, how his breath felt on my neck, that kind of stuff. That's what I'm talking about. It'll be spoken word about those kind of things, you know. Relationships, love. You know, some of them may be about heartbreak, you know, but it'll be about, you know, that kind of stuff. But I'm about to get out of here. I know I keep saying it. This is the third time I've said it. Why do you have a hat on in the house? Exactly. But I am, because it's like, what time is it? Yeah, it's after 11, and I have to be up at 5:30. Let me take my butt to bed. Let me find my outro for you guys. All right, so I will see you guys on Friday. I know I talk fast. Blame it on the fact that I'm not from California. I'm from the East Coast. And what we know about us on the East Coast, we kind of talk real fast. I try to slow it down. I do it. But, you know, the fact that I've been in California for all these years and I still talk fast, that part. I'll see you guys Friday. Peace and blessings from the West Side. I'm out, you guys. Peace. Well, guys, that's it for tonight's Not So Random Chat. But I'll see you guys the next time. Until then, peace and blessings from the West Side. I'm out. Peace.